We are back, and we just finished watching 2024's It's What's Inside, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 43 minutes. This comes to us from writer-director Greg Jardin and is currently streaming on Netflix. In time for spooky season, we figured we'd watch a little horror, and this fits the bill. This is the story of a bunch of old college friends that get together before one of them is going to get married, and the night before the wedding, all the conversation and hijinks that ensue.
I wouldn't say this is horror. I would say
it's a thriller.
It's more, yeah.
I guess thriller, but I mean it's in line with horror, with the idea of horrific things happening. Like if this happened to me, I would be scarred for life. This is a horror. This is a horrific experience.
Yeah, for some of the people involved, it's absolutely. But it's not like knives cutting through people or demons.
No. It's not that type of horror.
Or anything like that. Nothing supernatural. I would be with G. I'd say this is more of like a thriller and a mystery.
Okay, fair enough.
Just like almost like a whodunit.
Kind of.
Yeah. With paranoia thrown in. It's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, it does. And it was, it's funny. We're watching it, and I was thinking of bodies, and I think I like this way more than that.
Bodies was terrible.
I didn't care for it, but a lot of people like it. It's very popular.
A lot of other people. All you guys had to say about that film was terrible. Don't compare it to this film.
No. I was just saying that while I was watching it, I was thinking about the other movie because, again, it's about a group of young people that kind of...
This group of young people is far less annoying than the group of young people in
the group of young people in the other... Right. Well,
I still thought that they were a little bit... Some of them were a little bit annoying.
No, fair enough. There were definitely things that were going on or people who were behaving in very questionable ways, for sure. I'm going to get us back on track. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. G, I'd like to start with you, if you don't mind. What did you think of the film?
I really, really liked it.
Yeah?
When we started, I was really annoyed. Usually when I start something, the first, female character that's introduced, I'll always be on, her side, unless she's, evil or something. But I was on Shelby's side in the beginning, and I was getting really annoyed at her because she was so stupid about the whole, at the beginning of the film, you see that Shelby's very, very obsessed with social media, especially with a certain woman on social media. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was so annoying. Oh my God, if you could see, if you're this obsessed with this woman and you're worried about basically her presence affecting your relationship, get off social media.
Or change relationships.
Yes, that too. She should have dumped him 80 years ago. I don't understand why she even got with that guy. Cyrus. Yeah. I never liked Cyrus. There's something bad happens to him, which I don't think he deserves all that. But I wouldn't say oh, poor Cyrus. He didn't deserve it, but I still didn't like him. There was never a point in the film where I liked Cyrus. Okay. He was at a point in the film, I thought, oh, he's one of the more rational characters, but I still didn't like him.
Okay, that's fair. From the start to the end, Shelby definitely changes. She's definitely...
She grows a backbone.
She definitely grows a backbone. She's definitely more assertive.
Yes.
So this experience was sort of a positive for her, in a way.
She had to become more crazy to become more... I don't know, maybe assured in herself. Like I said, she stopped being a doormat.
She did. And I agree with you. I think at the start of the film, her obsession with social media and the social media person, it's consuming, right? She goes on to this person's page to see how many likes she gets. Yeah. And she seems very obsessed with this other person. There's a reason for that, but at the same time, do you think that ultimately she grows a backbone because of the experience that she had in this particular evening? Because this all happens in one night. Mm-hmm. Or is it her coming to the realization that she's been with Cyrus for 9 years? Yeah. That's what they said, right? She's been with Cyrus for 8 or 9 years and nothing changes. So did Shelby make this change for Shelby? Or do you think she made it for another reason?
I can't think of what other reason she would have changed for.
Other than herself, maybe?
Yeah. Is there something that you have in mind? Because I can't. I think that she did it for herself.
I mean, I could just be making a conjecture here, but when she got a chance to be
Someone
else, and she saw, like, you saw her, she messed with the phone. She put up that harmless little tweet or Instagram thing, just what was it, just like 3 hearts or something,
or kisses, right?
Yeah.
kisses, exactly. And it was just like boom, instantaneous, like 20,000 likes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so hot, yada yada, just disgusting men sending stuff to her. But at the same time, she's also like looking at other things on the girl's phone. And later on, it comes into play that she's sort of like exposing secrets about her or things behind the scenes, because this one's trying to justify, I'm just not some Instagram model. There's charities and yada yada and all this other stuff.
I have depth.
And she sort of sees it's all bull crap. It's all superficial nonsense. And maybe that was like sort of eye-opening for Shelby, because it's sort of like, well, I guess all that glitters isn't gold.
Right.
And that may have like opened her eyes to be like, this is what I've always wanted, but yet I look at it now that I'm here, now that I have this, it's not what I wanted, because it's corrupt, it's tainted, it's ugly. And maybe that was like a catalyst towards her, as you said, growing a backbone and not being a doormat, because it's like, I wasted 9 years
on this relationship that wasn't going anywhere.
On this relationship with this guy, trying to be this other person, and now I've got that, and it's not what I would want.
Right.
Maybe I, Shelby, am like good enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sort of the impression that I got.
Very good. I think that's valid. G, did you have a favorite character?
I guess that I'd say Shelby, because I was on her side from the beginning.
Yeah.
She got crazy though.
She
I didn't
did
really.
get nuts.
If I was in another person's position in that house, not hers, I would have just like probably killed myself, because everything went horrible.
Yeah.
If I was in her position, I probably wouldn't have acted that way. But yeah, she went a little nuts. But still, I think that I can't think of another character who I would like more. The other characters, such as like Maya, weren't really like
fleshed
front
out
and
enough.
center.
Yeah. Or Brooke.
like Brooke. Yeah.
Yeah.
The scene on the roof was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think that was that, and the scene in like that little shed between those were probably my least favorite scenes.
Okay, that's fair.
They made me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, they were kind of cringy. And also the idea of,
I think I mentioned it, that they bring up a very strange ethical issue that comes with
this game.
With this game that they're
playing. Yeah.
Like, imagine if the people in the shed had gone through with it, or even the people on the gazebo, or not gazebo, the balcony. They did go through with it. But what if, when things go back to normal, the people involved are like, I didn't want that. I would never let that happen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like, it's sort of...
That's like Steve Rogers' Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, I was just
thinking of that.
just about to say that. It's that sort of
icky
sci-fi level of ickiness,
yes.
of just...
Yeah, there is an ethical
basically
quandary.
Sexual assault in a way.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some ethical ramifications to what these people are doing, because I don't think anybody before the games began was just like, all right, we're gonna do whatever we want with somebody else's
bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Olive G, did you have a favorite character in this film?
Probably like Shelly too. Like
Shelby.
Cause like she honestly didn't deserve what happened to her with like the relationship. She should have like left him like a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's like completely unfair to her. And I would also agree, like she did like go insane, which kind of made me like dislike her for a little bit. But like in the end, like I felt bad for her, and she became my favorite again.
I felt bad for Nikki by the end of the film. I feel like she was the one that got done like the dirtiest.
Yeah.
Cyrus was also done dirty, but I felt horrible for Nikki.
You know what's so funny? I kind of had empathy for Cyrus, and I agree with you. I think Nikki definitely got screwed big time, because she can never go back to her life.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
no. She's stuck in a place that she really didn't want to be.
I mean, especially for her.
Yeah, because she had everything. even with the stuff behind the scenes on the surface, she had everything.
Right.
And now she just doesn't anymore. Her life was stolen from her.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So there is that. I did not expect to like this film as much as I did. I loved the storytelling techniques. I loved the little chapters. It
was visually interesting.
It was visually very, very interesting. And I think that even the lesser characters still added to the mix. I mean, you definitely have like your A team. You have your Shelby, you have your Cyrus, you have your Forbes, you have your, who else? I guess Ruben's front and center with his crazy obsessions as well.
Yeah, there's different levels to each. I would probably say the least fleshed out were probably Maya and Brooke.
Yeah.
They were kind of pushed to the side.
And Maya was almost the caricature.
Yes.
Yeah. She was kind of just like, sort of like an object of desire.
Yes.
But even her personality, it was like she's the hippie chick.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna
she
sit
was like
with my fingers pointed up.
She was like a character
or stereotype.
Archetype. I don't know.
Yeah. And I felt the same for Brooke. I felt like you didn't really get a sense of Brooke. I mean, the men came off stronger. Even somebody like Dennis, who I didn't find him likable.
I didn't like him.
No, he was if he was an archetype, he would be the douchebag,
right?
The trust fund bro.
Right.
Which he was. He literally was.
That was him, like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, he got off okay because he's still, whatever.
I mean, at least he didn't go to jail, but like.
He didn't end up like somebody, like an innocent person like Cyrus did. Yeah. But if you think about it, his life is also changed for the worse because of the actions of someone he wronged in the past.
Right. True. And
which, honestly, he deserved because that's really gross what he was doing. Not only cheating, but with someone.
And I wonder I think Brooke says it. They were like, if this case is so important, then why is it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone does say that. So
this thing that they created, he brought it to his house for a specific reason. So I wonder if his company knew that.
They most likely didn't.
Would Forbes be in some sort of trouble for that? Because obviously Forbes no longer has access to the case.
Actually, no, it wasn't Brooke. It was Nikki who said that.
I can't believe you even remember that. All I remember is that someone just said, is this supposed to be here?
Yes, you're right. It was Nikki. Nikki was in what's-her-face's body and Brooke's body. Yes.
Yeah, that's another thing about this film. The
body switching.
The body switching.
You had my head like a little like
jumping around.
Yeah, you have to really pay attention.
Turned around.
Yeah, you really have to pay attention. But I think that's also part of the appeal of the film. This is a film that demands that you participate in.
Yeah, you got to pay attention. Although they do some nice bits with the lighting and the camera work, where if two of them are talking,
and they put the red filter,
and then they change, they put on a red filter and they show the actual actors, and then it'll switch between the actual person and then the inhabited person. It's really very cleverly done, and then do split screens.
Yeah.
I liked in the split screen in the car because it sort of showed when Shelby and Cyrus are in the car and Cyrus is talking, and then it's basically just starts split screening, and she's not paying any attention to him. She's just looking at social media, random nonsense. It basically shows like divided attention spans and whatnot, and I thought that was a nice way of showing that.
You think she was checking out Skibidi Toilet?
Yo.
Stop.
I mean, she is
guys,
of that
a grown
generation.
adult was watching Skibidi Toilet in the
Enough
car.
of this.
I mean, it's possible.
Let's leave Skibidi Toilet out of this.
That is part of the brain rot.
Or we just revert or devolve into brain rot talk. Skibidi Sigma.
All right, let's get back on track.
Does anybody have any parting thoughts? Olive G, as our resident fashionista, what did you think of the attire of our characters? Did anybody's clothing stand out?
Honestly, I kind of forgot what they were wearing. But like, I don't know why.
Did you like the style of any of the characters?
I don't know why, but like Brooke's hair made me like so angry because like I don't know
Really?
why.
I liked
I
Brooke's
just
hair.
hate like split look. I don't know why.
I loved Brooke's hair.
The red
I
and the
thought
black?
the red and the black.
Yeah,
For a second, I thought you were talking about Maya.
Yeah, but like
even
I
if
liked Maya's hair.
Maya was like a stereotype, I liked her look.
I liked her lipstick.
Yeah, but like,
But I the first thing I liked about Brooke was her hair. I was like, oh, that girl has cool hair.
Yeah. Why
I'm
don't you
so
like
colorblind
it
that I
was,
didn't even notice it
styled,
was two
like,
colors.
different.
No, yeah, it's just
and
she
then,
had,
like, and like the dye job was different, then like maybe I'd like it, but I don't know why. I just hated
I
the
thought that
dye
was
look
cool.
with like straight hair. I don't know why.
But it doesn't that make it like
It just-
cleaner? I mean, what if she had like frizzy or curly hair? Would it have made it more palatable for you?
Like I don't know why. I don't know
I mean,
why.
you
I just
can,
like
like-
hate split hair. I
Okay.
think it's because of Melanie Martinez.
I don't know who
Didn't
that
she
is.
have split hair in like her videos sometimes?
Maybe I don't
I don't
know.
know why, but that made me so angry. I just like didn't like
Don't
it.
bring
I
up
don't
Melanie
even.
Martinez.
I don't even know who
I
that
know.
I
is.
don't even know who that is.
I
Is that
don't-
the zombie?
don't like
It's the lady
her.
that dresses up as like a furry or something.
Oh,
I don't know about all
Oh.
that. I just don't like her. I've heard that she's done terrible things, so I don't like her.
Yeah.
okay. Well, then we won't speak of her anymore. All right, fair enough. I wasn't bothered by Brooke's hair. I also thought it was cool. I also liked Maya's hair. I think even though Nikki was a type, I think that she represented that type very, very well. She's very coiffed. She's fashionable, whatever. And Shelby, I thought Shelby was super cute. And then I actually went the opposite way because I liked Shelby in the beginning, but then I didn't like her at the end. So that was the ladies. And as for the men, I hated Dennis from...
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a pretty static character.
He annoyed me. I was a little icked by Ruben.
I didn't like Ruben after a certain point.
Yeah, the fact that he's sort of like he's having a pre-wedding party. He doesn't invite his bride to be, and he invites the girl that he's
His
apparently
ex-flame, who he's lusted
he's-
after
he's-
this,
yeah.
Who
since
still
college.
has,
Yeah.
He still has...
and that was another camera trick where they really emphasize it because when
He
he's
has like
when
tunnel
he's
vision
looking
when
at
he
it
looks at her.
exactly it's that tunnel vision look where everything is just
goes
vignetted
away,
out.
and he's only focused on her.
She's the only thing he could see. That's how you could tell who was Ruben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what
Because
body he was in, he was just
It was
like
always Maya.
It was always Maya. Yeah.
So yeah, he was. I never really liked Ruben's character.
Yeah.
And another thing that's even more bad about that whole situation is he wasn't in love with or secretly in love with Maya. He was just in love with how she looked because he knew
That
Who-
wasn't Maya.
he
in
knew
there.
that wasn't Maya when he hooks up with
Yeah,
her.
I guess he just didn't care. He just wanted
Yeah.
the one that looked like her.
Yeah.
Which is like another aspect of that whole thing of
Switching.
switching and
the ethics
Who do
behind
you
that.
love? Do you love the person inside or the person outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Is it
was
about
the
what's
same.
inside?
It was
Yeah.
it was the same with Cyrus.
Exactly the same
Yes.
with Cyrus.
Because he
and-
wasn't going after whoever Nikki was, and he was going after who was in Nikki's body. He was going after Nikki's body.
Yeah.
I guess it made sense though, because like for Ruben's case, it was kind of worse because that was
He's
someone
supposed
you
to
had a thing with.
And only that, but he's getting married the following day.
Yeah, so he was worse, but with Cyrus, it's more like predictable that he go after Nikki's body because he only really keeps up with her what she posts on social media.
Right.
That's not like what's inside. That's just
Superficial.
surface.
Right. Surface stuff. Right. Cyrus, I didn't like in the beginning, but then I had empathy for towards the end. And who was the other character? Forbes. Forbes was interesting, and I think we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we
because
can't really
we
discuss
can't really
Forbes.
discuss it. But
yeah.
absolutely, I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I'm really just pleasantly pleased with this film. I didn't expect to like it as much. I heard some reviews for it, so I knew a little bit about it going into the film. But this exceeded my expectations. This was way better than I thought it would be, and yeah, 8.5. The script was strong. The performances were all great. I loved the technical aspects of the filming and the storytelling involved, the costuming, that beautiful house. Yeah, it all, and well, with the crazy vagina in the front, whatever. But still,
Yeah.
it's, 8.5 out of 10. No notes. Your number, sir.
I would give it an 8 too. This was really good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I went in completely blind. I mean, I knew there was like a Freaky Friday aspect to it. You know what? It's strange that there have been a couple of Freaky Friday type movies that have come out in the recent past, and they've all been pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Freaky.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh
good
my
one.
God, we got to get that on the docket.
That's a good
That's
film.
another one. That was way better than I thought it would be.
But yeah, this was good. I liked all the characters, and that even the characters I didn't like did a great job portraying those characters. The douchebag, trust fund bro. He's all about, I'm getting bigger and better. He's I don't know what. Was he like? Did he think he was a rap artist or something? I don't know.
I think Cyrus called him out on that. Like, you're talking like you're a rapper.
Oh my God, when he says, if I jump into Ruben, can I say the N-word? I'm like,
Yeah.
dude.
Dennis was never a likable character.
Yeah, he was a douche.
Yeah,
but
he was a douche.
I
he even had the douchey facial hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked the portrayal. I thought all the characters, even the ones that weren't front and center, that didn't get a lot of stuff, like Maya and Brooke. I found it interesting that Nikki was not really much of a character through most of the film, but then once shit really hit the fan, she was definitely
Front and
center. Shelby also. Cyrus was, you felt like, you're a douchebag, then you felt bad for him, and then it's just that character made you jump around.
I never ever wanted
Ruben,
to
there was always
Cyrus.
something icky about him, even though he was like everybody like just
that gets weird the more you think, because he invited his ex to his pre-wedding party.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre.
And the guy who played Forbes,
really well done.
Yeah. I liked his character.
Yeah.
I even like the. I'm not going to mention anything, but there was another character in the movie that. Also, I really liked whenever they described stuff in the
how
past,
they go into the past
of the party, and they do like basically it's like the same picture, but then the arms in a different position.
Yeah, the way they changed it, the filming was really good. I liked also when the lens got red and you could see who was who. I thought that was really good.
That was inspired.
And I like how the voices got distorted when they'd be like arguing or anything. Yeah. I really thought this film was really good.
Yeah.
What would you give it,
G?
1 to 10.
I'd probably give it a 9.
Ooh, a 9.
I don't see what could be better about this film, but I won't give it a 10 because the scene on the roof disgusted me more than I felt so disgusted.
All right, I understand that makes you squeamish. What say you? 1 to 10.
I say 8.
8.
It's a good movie.
8, 8.5, and a 9. Absolutely. Do yourself a favor and check out It's What's Inside, currently streaming on Netflix. But before we go, I'm going to start with you, youngest to oldest. If you went to a party and somebody pulled out a case and said, hey, you want to participate in this party game? What say you? Yes or no?
I'd probably say no, thank you.
Hell no.
No.
Hell nah is the correct response.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Those are some hijinks I want no part of.
Seriously.
Yeah.
As soon, it was never going to end well.
No.
It was never, ever, ever going to end well.
I think the first time.
The first round?
Yeah, the first time.
It was harmless fun. But something so bizarre. It will never, ever, ever end.
And once you made that switch, I'm good, man. I'm good. I bet you Cyrus wishes he had never participated in that second round.
No.
Yeah. This is. Ugh. You know what else I thought of? You kids haven't seen it. We should sit and see it. Talk to me.
Yeah.
I sort of thought about that film as
Another
well.
party game movie.
Another party game that goes horribly, horribly wrong. All right.
Kids are stupid.
These were adults, though.
These are adults. Well,
yeah, these guys are 20 years old.
Yeah, 20-something.
They're getting married.
The youngins. Stop being fools. So I also wanted to take a minute here and do a couple of shout outs. There is a lot happening this time of year. Happy belated birthday to my lady. And happy birthday to my colleague Emma, whose birthday is today, actually. I also want to give a shout out to my tappers. Congratulations, 2024 tap class. I'm so proud of you guys. Please keep in touch and looking forward to seeing your career trajectories. But ultimately, I want to dedicate this episode of the podcast to my London colleague, Zakia, otherwise known as Z, a person who is just amazing. And I am just really gratified to have her as a friend and as a colleague. I've learned so much from her. I'm constantly in awe of her just absolute excellence. She is just an A1 human being and a good friend and a wonderful colleague. And I'm sad that you had to go back home, but every time that she comes over is just the best of times. And I appreciate you so much, Z. All right. And with that, we will bid you all a
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
good night.